Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, scholars and dignitaries, welcome to another episode. Welcome to my world. Hello, friends. So, living today isn't easy. We're inundated with all kinds of financial problems. The cost of homes and property taxes keep going up. The cost of cars keeps increasing beyond belief, and don't even get me started on car repairs. And the cost of medical care, and especially dental work, is out of this world. The average cost of college is now $25,000 a year, and that doesn't even include room and board. And college tuition doubles on average every 9 years. In general, inflation is killing us. Food, gas, utilities, cable television, anywhere and everywhere you turn, goods and commodities cost so much more than they did even a year ago, much less 5 years ago. Now, first, I'm going to make a statement. Regular people know this. Regular people suffer this. Regular people hate this. But if you look at the government's consumer price index, it'll show you that inflation has barely budged. That's right. And why? Because it doesn't measure the real world. Yes, it includes flying on planes, but not too many of us really fly. Or if we do, it's only occasionally at most, so it doesn't affect us very much. But if truth be told, taxes are regressive, but inflation is even more so. Regressive and repressive and oppressive to the majority of society. So, what I'm trying to say is that in today's world, it's more important than ever to prepare for your financial future, and that also means hedging against inflation. And the easiest way to do this is by saving money. And the two primary means of saving money are first, to make more money, and second, to spend less of what you do make. And since making more money is hard, one of the easiest ways to add to your nest egg is to simply cut expenses and save more of your hard earned money. We often forget some of the golden rules to saving that our parents taught us. So, here's a quick list of things you can do to save and to save on bills. And no matter your circumstance, there's something here that everyone can use to get more bang for your buck. First and foremost, quit smoking, drinking, gambling, or using drugs. Yes, disposable income is for use at your discretion, but this is where people have their greatest problem. They either assume that this money is disposable or otherwise throw it away altogether. Disposable income is a little extra money that you might have after paying bills, but that doesn't mean to use it carelessly or where you don't have a return on your investment. Even here, your extra money needs to be used with discretion, carefully, with as much concern as any other money you may have for necessities. And second, these are very expensive habits, and usually because of their nature, demand much more money than you ever intended to spend. People don't realize it, but smoking even one pack of cigarettes a day costs over $2,000 per year. Of course, that money would be much better spent elsewhere, and it would be healthier for you too. But what would you do if you had a small bank in your closet and it had $2,000 in it? That's a big incentive. And think about this. I know people that smoked not one or two, but three and even four packs of cigarettes a day. That's an unbelievable waste of money, especially if you need it for bills. Second, stay out of the stores. One of the biggest wastes of money is what they call impulsive buying. And where you find impulsive buying the most is in the department stores. In fact, stores count on it and even plan for it by placing certain triggers that subliminally prompt and activate your desire to purchase things. Now, this is even more important if by nature you tend to be an impulsive person, and if you find it hard to say no to people, places, and things. Similar to impulsive buying is compulsive buying, and that's when a person has lost total control over their spending habits or otherwise is using spending as a comfort for other things or stressors happening in their lives. How many pairs of shoes do you really need? 20, 30, 40, 50? Both impulsive and compulsive buying are damaging, but compulsive buying can be much more serious and completely wipe out any savings you have or get you deep in debt faster than anything else. Third, Know the difference between a need and a want. They usually teach this to children by the second grade. Unfortunately, I think by our teen years, people forget it. If you don't need it, don't buy it, period. Yes, buying that new purse is helping the economy, the gross domestic product, to grow. So, yes, buying a purse you don't need is helping millionaires to become richer, but it's also taking a valuable resource away from you at the same time, a resource that you may need at some point in the not so distant future. You need to come to the point of being able to judge automatically whether you really need something or just want it, and then make the best corresponding decision. Fourth, do not make purchases using credit cards. The interest rates will kill you. And the ease at which we buy something, technically using money which isn't ours, is mind blowing. Collectively, we owe over $1 trillion to credit card companies. That's over $6,000 per person. And the average person does not pay off their credit card, but only makes a partial payment. And therefore, it comes to a point where they can only afford a partial payment while a 20% interest rate keeps stacking debt upon debt for the average person, sometimes creating a debt they can never get out of. And just how significant is this? Well, 33% of people who have filed for bankruptcy said that credit card debt was the major reason for going bankrupt. The interest alone is stifling. Fifth, make a monthly budget and stick to it 99% of the time. You know your own situation, and everyone's situation is different. I can't tell you how much to pay for your electricity or telephone bill, but with a new budget done every month, you can accurately project your income and expenses, and you can use it as a guide, a measure with a level of certainty on where you are and what you can and can't do. A budget is another tool in your arsenal, a very important tool. It's like a map, but a financial map so you don't get lost. For instance, everyone wants you to buy the new iPhone for $1,200, even though there is little difference or improvement over the one you have. But with a monthly budget as a guide, you have a gentle but significant reminder that you may not be able to afford that new phone. Of course, you can't come up with the $1,200 now, but wait. Then they tell you it can be included in your monthly bill at only an extra $35 a month for 3 years. Well, anyone can afford a mere $35 a month, right? Well, no. And looking at your budget will tell you in black and white whether or not it can be done. And please remember, it's not $35 a month for 1 or 2 or 3 months. It's every month on time for at least the next 3 years, and that is a huge obligation. I will give you another example. New cars are outrageously priced today, and guess what? The default rate has gone from under 1% to over 6%, even as the car loans have gone from 4 years to 5 years, 6 years, and now 7 years. Many of us simply cannot afford these huge car loans, where a car actually costs more than my house did. And that's how too many people get in over their head in debt. They don't have a budget to look at every month. So to them, cash in their pocket becomes discretionary and disposable when that isn't the case at all. Just because I have $50 in my wallet doesn't mean I have $50 extra cash to spend at will, especially if it's accounted for in my budget for something else. So the biggest tip I can offer is to have that monthly budget. Keep it updated and look at it frequently, like every Monday morning, so you can plan out your week. It can save your life. And very fast, there are just a few other tips for you as well. Be careful about eating out. I know we're in a rush, but restaurants are one of the most expensive ways we spend money. It's much more cost efficient to cook at home. And if you want something different, then grill or try new recipes. It'll be less expensive than restaurants. And along with that, I have several friends who go to the coffee shop every day for a cappuccino, frappuccino, espresso, or one of the newest shakes, and they're all $5 or $6. So we're talking at least $10 a day on coffee. So just buy a cup of regular coffee or tea. Those expensive drinks will eat right through your wallet very fast. Use coupons and discounts. There are people who specialize in this like a hobby, and they actually save hundreds of dollars every month. Reduce, recycle, and reuse. You don't always need a new bag. You can reuse one from the store if you just save it. And those three items together can add up to some serious savings. Reduce utility costs as much as possible, and that includes lights, heat, and water and sewer, as well as cable TV, internet, trash collection, and other services that you're accustomed to buying. In fact, drop services like cable TV altogether or services you don't actually need. Make a grocery list. Buying groceries can also be impulsive buying, especially if you go to the grocery store when you're hungry. You'll find yourself checking out with way more than you intended to. So, make a grocery list. That way, you only buy what you're intending to use, and again, the savings there can add up significantly over the month. Buy in bulk. Of course, this inflates your budget short term, but actually, if you have a good sale, say on paper towels, soap, or tissues, it'll save you a lot of money in the long run. Pay extra on your recurring monthly bills, like your mortgage. For instance, not a lot of people know this, but if you switch to a bi weekly mortgage payment, you end up saving thousands of dollars and knocking 5 years off a 30-year mortgage, and there isn't that much additional investment up front. Economize. Shop around on your auto insurance, your health insurance, and your other purchases as you would for a car. You'd be surprised to find out that there could be significant savings with only a little work put into it. And along with that, learn how to do and fix things at home. Mow your own lawn. Do your own landscaping. Even learning a little about plumbing or carpentry or electrical work can save you hundreds, if not thousands, even on small projects. And have a savings bank at home. When you come home with some change or an extra dollar, throw it into a bank or a coffee can. You'll be surprised how fast it can add up to hundreds of dollars. And do the same with even a small savings account at the bank or one of those no fee stock brokerage firms. Buying even one share or two at a time will add up over a year and definitely over the years. So, savings at home or at the bank or firm is a great way to build wealth long term. So there we have it. The major ways to save money. And yes, I know these are common sense rules, but the truth is that we aren't perfect. And if we aren't reminded and then practice these rules and then reminded again, well, especially today, it's way too easy to fall behind and into debt. Hey, be safe, be well, stay fiscally responsible, and may God bless.